Like that's what I'm trying to say though, is, is when, how I believe could be completely different from, like you said, how you view it. You know what I mean?
Like I
My
said, we have our own we have our own perception of money.
mm-hmm.
In a sense, I feel like money is very destructive. It can it also it's also an addiction. How we live and fight for it,
Mm-hmm.
just to simply die without it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
So
go
we
ahead.
must. How can I put this? Like we must blend in with society in order to rise up and gain that amount of money and power. Just do the same thing that they're doing. Who's to say we won't change because we won't be blinded by the amount of money that you have in your pockets. Your whole mindset could shift simply because you have that amount of money now.
Exactly. That's
You could lose your sense of focus, sense of way.
because you got a little extra cash. But that's
Exactly.
that's how they control us. That's how that gets back.
Oh, sure.
That gets down to my bigger point and why I'm putting these live, because that is why I search for these conversations. Okay, because listen, when I talk about this spiritual shift, I'm talking about a spiritual takeover where there's no more money, bro. All that shit's going bye bye. This is why I've been running to talk to you. I'm telling you, when it happened.
So you you see a world in which there is no sense of financial needs and such. Like you don't need money for
That's
anything.
where I come from, and that's where we're going. I come from a land of abundance, bro, where any negative thought, I've said this in one of them before, any negative thought might be thought of around us, but that is all. It's never spoken, it's never written. It is dismissed by the most highest thought of the self or whatever situation that you are putting that thought into. And if you don't, like they did and like they do now, you don't want to know what happens. Because they just get shot in the head, man. It's just over.
Oh, facts.
What? Wait, what was that?
Facts.
Facts. Because what? You know this?
You spoke too much. You're speaking it out of turn. If you're gonna break the cycle, something must be done.
And that's what I'm doing. You understand? And the way
Break, breaking
you
the cycle is dangerous, man.
yes, exactly. But that listen, I'm not living that cycle no more under their thing. I'm ready to die for what I believe. And that's how you become happy. That's how you die at peace.
You have purpose.
That's how you smile. Because guess what? You know, then I said it earlier in another one too. You know, when it comes to kids, it gets hard. You know, because it's what's supposed to be unconditional. You know, at the end of the day, every situation changes like mine did. And it's very sad what's going on with my kids. And I'll always be there for them and ready for them whenever they need to come there. But at the same time, my path has changed and I've accepted my path now. I asked for my kids and I got them, bro. I cry every day about my kids like I'm about to now. But I know that I am of God. And my kids and her will always be provided for, either be through her parents like they are now or whatever. But I know that I'm telling you, anything and everything that I put my thought to with God or my source, my intuition becomes fulfilled in due time. Never on my time, because time does not exist. Time is a higher controlling for us, the higher beings, to control time. Listen, we choose when we come back to life. We choose when we want to fix something. It gets very hard for people to try to believe these words because it's unbelievable for someone that is on a lower frequency and is clouding their mind with the news. And listen, the other day, yesterday, you know, the dude I hang out with, you know, he is who he is. But listen, he's been doing himself for over 20 years. And he's never changed. He's a piece of shit. He is what he, no, he's not a piece of shit, though, because he's him. So just because he believes in himself at a very high rate and he treats everybody to that extent and holds everybody accountable, and you have to set very high boundaries with him. You understand? But that's not bad. That's special. Depending on how you perceive it. You know, but I'm going off topic. You know, the thing is there's so much to talk about. But nobody gives it the time to sit down. Because when you sit down and you start to analyze and research like I do, you start to see between the lines. And it becomes spiritual, not physical. And it gets scary, bro, because there's nobody here with you, dog.
All right. That's why you make those videos.
No, the reason I make the videos is so now it's documented, man. Now, whoever comes in after me and is younger than me can see, man. It's just one book, bro, that I wrote, that you wrote, that they wrote, that we all wrote together. It's not the Bible. I'm telling you, it's the master key, man. I'm telling you. I promise you, man. Even if I'm the only one that believes in it, guess what, bro? You wrote it too, man. Just take a second to believe. Because that shit will put you wherever you want to go. And I mean, look at me. I mean, yeah, I might complain a lot, but I'm always smiling. And I'm always doing what I want. Or trying to, but, you know, I have to stop taking advantage of the system, bro. Especially here. I don't want to go into it because, you know, we're on this, but, you know, because when I go to work, you know, I work all day, but when I come to work, you know, it's like a getaway for me. So I have to remember, man, I can't, this is serious though, you know, and then I start, you know, like last night, you know, I'm like getting mad because, you know, it's work, man. Just come to work, do your work, go home, man. But just make sure you do your job, man. Don't be, you know, there's a parent, you know, but at the same time, you know, then I start, thinking too much. Everybody thinks too much.
Right.
You know, and I just think way too much.
Some more than others.
Yeah. But like I'm constantly on go, man. I don't want to sleep. And whatever weed I'm smoking, I want to smoke it forever because it keeps me on point in my own world where I want to be.
Focused.
And you know, and people say, "Oh, your kids aren't." Okay, get them in my life and watch me be even more on point. And if I'm not, hey, guess what? I'm not. You know, but that part doesn't come up with me ever. It doesn't exist.
It's a learning.
Yeah. Listen, it's very hard though to live like that, man. It's very hard. It's not very hard. You see, you have to catch yourself in the action of doing, and then you become more aware. And when you become more aware, you become more alerted. Like you be able to start, when you start speeding up and talking with a lot of energy, slow down, take a deep breath and smile, or just take a deep breath, man. It's all just about focus and not focus and learning to control that, you know, second thought. You know, you can't always control that first thought, but you can control the second thought. There's always a sponsoring thought. You know, are you giving to the homeless because you want to, or because you want that reward you think you're going to get? But
We do it for the reward, of course.
Because they're still in the physical. They want the material. Like you said, they don't understand. You don't take money with you. You take
Like animals, man. We've been taught that since birth. If you do something good, expect a reward. So that when people do something nice, we expect a reward from it.
Listen, but man, like I mean, I don't even know what to say because, you know, I'm on camera like that, man, and it's just scary, man, that you know, you feel like you can help so many people just start believing in themselves. Like they don't understand that their self is the highest of the high. Their self, they tell you in the Bible, it's the temple. It's a fucking temple, man. You know, I don't like.
Tough stuff about helping people.
You know, but we're gonna, you know, listen. You see, you know, and then I get back to my words. You know, like I told the girl tonight. I said, listen, look at my Facebook, man. Life coach, mindset coach, relationship coach. You have to start acting as if you are. Like I tell you when I come here, but as soon as I leave, man, I gotta go right back to work. And that's the real work, because it's work on myself. And you get, listen, it's you know, it's a very thin barrier, because also, look, where's my bills at? You know what I'm saying? Let's get down to reality, man. But you know, at the same time, you know what, man? Watch what happens when that comes in the picture. When I ascend. You understand? It's just amazing so far, and it's almost like, wow, man, how good is it gonna get? Like, just amazing shit happens to me every day, even if it's just talking to somebody like this. I fucking love it, bro. And there's something wrong with me. I shouldn't feel like this.
Man. You found new purpose. That's all this is. You found new purpose, and you have an amazing drive to pursue it. Doesn't make you crazy. It's just you exert more effort than everyone else. People have their own perception of crazy.
Just like everybody has their own story.
If someone wants to call you crazy, simply be like, "Oh, show me your degree, sir." I didn't know you were specialized in diagnosing some shit like that, feel me?
Yeah. I mean, listen, that's the thing too, man. When it comes to, you know, man, I consider myself pretty, you know, not as smart as I should be, because, you know, but when it comes to, you know, living in the moment and the power of, you know, this like listen, there's certain, you know, spiritual laws that, you know, like when you listen to these things like I do, like today I was listening with Buddy, I'm like, man, I gotta listen to these again, because it's talking about like, you know what, I'm gonna put it on. Fuck it, we can record later and I can just